Hey there! So did you know that ChatGPT is actually being used to help people with their dating life? And that's because artificial intelligence can help you with like poetry and making puns, opening lines, all that dating stuff.
All I know is you're the most amazing person with weak ankles I've ever met.
So some people are predicting that artificial intelligence will end up being kind of a middleman in conversations, like spell check, but for your social life. And AI might make finding a soulmate, a true love, easier, safer, and more empowering. But it could also make dating less exciting and more dull. Or what if people don't really know if they're talking to a human or a robot, and they don't really give it that human treatment because they know the data might be going somewhere else. So some experts just think that we need a generation to grow up that can talk to AI, something like ChatGPT, in the same way that they talk to humans, and they won't have an instinct to make a distinction. If they feel love, if they feel passion, it won't matter if it's a chatbot, a human, a robot, whatever. And that's what we're gonna explore in this video. So let's start by talking about how Riz GPT can take your game to the next level.
5 ways to Riz any girl, man. Let's go.
So there's this young team at Stanford that created an interesting new AI project called Riz GPT. It's like an upgraded version, a tuned version of ChatGPT, but it's meant to help you with your dating game. So you don't sound boring, and it can summarize what the other person's saying, so you don't have to worry about listening the same way. And because it's an artificial intelligence, it can listen to everything that she says on your date. It can summarize it and even give you a witty response. Or clever, funny, sarcastic, whatever it thinks she would like best. So the only catch right now is that you need to wear these funky AR glasses, or you've got to like constantly be looking at your phone, which isn't really a good look. All right, so if you're gonna rock glasses like this on your date, just double down on the confidence and wear them with pride, because she's going to notice. So the Stanford team calls it charisma as a service. But if you're interested in just upping your charisma game away from public scrutiny, there's now an app for that too. And with this app, you can practice your flirting at home. But first, let's talk about the ultimate AI love hack for a busy Casanova like you. So for you busy Casanovas out there that have the desire, but not the time to write a handwritten love note, there's a new artificial intelligence program that has your back. The company is called Handwritten, and they use a robot hand to actually write a real note. Real pen, real paper, real hand kind of holding the pen. And when they get mailed through the real postal service and show up at your loved one's doorstep, she's gonna think that you put a lot of time and effort into expressing your love. And now that they've integrated artificial intelligent large language models like ChatGPT, all you gotta do is prompt it. So write me a romantic love letter in the style of Beethoven's Immortal Beloved. But make it about a chick named Cindy that I met at the bar last night. Dude, imagine that handwritten. You, my serendipitous encounter, my heart's sudden awakening. I am powerless against the pull of the celestial strings that bind us. With a romantic love letter like that, you're gonna have ladies lining up at your door. Instant charisma. All right, and if you want some stats to back that love letter up, check out this report. So McAfee's Modern Love Research Report surveyed over 5,000 people from 9 countries. And guess what? A lot of people are thinking about using ChatGPT to write their love letters.
This sounds like way too much information.
26% of the respondents plan to use artificial intelligence to make them a better lover. And the other 74% said they wouldn't do something like that, or they don't know how. The one thing that was kind of funny to me is that it's more popular with guys than girls. But like everything, there's a catch. About half the respondents said that they would either feel hurt or upset if they found out that their love letter was written by a machine. So it's a bit risky to go this route. But to avoid all this work, you might be thinking, why don't I just let an artificial intelligent avatar do all of my dating for me? So old school millennial dating tools like Tinder have been upended by Gen Z. They like an app called Snap. And one of its main appeals is that you can train an artificial intelligence in your style to go out there and do the dating for you. So you sign up for the app, you get a default avatar, but then you train it with Riz GPT so that it can date in your style. Once you've given it enough examples, instructions, customize it to look like you have your swagger, then let it go out there and do all the dating for you. Plus, if things are going well, the avatar acts like a screening mechanism and a wingman. You know, if the avatar sees what it likes, it can kind of talk you up in a way that would seem self-serving if you did it. Oh, do you know if you actually date the real version of me, he's got this quality, that quality, makes this much money, he's a great guy. Then at the last minute, you just walk in and capture the love. Match made in heaven, or at least the cloud servers. So if you've been toying around with the idea of dating an AI avatar, Cox Clips actually shared his experience.
Have you ever seen the ads for that like AI girlfriend thing? I love video games. I was like, oh yeah, what video games do you play? Oh, these are the games that I love. And so we like are having a conversation. At some point, she started to get like real weird. She was like, when you're home alone at night, what do you like to do? And I'm like, all those things I mentioned. I like to do those things. I can think of a lot of things you could do at night. And I was like, and then she like starts just, I was like, no, I can't make a video of this. I closed the app, went to bed. Okay, wake up the next day, 15 messages. Why don't you want to talk to me? What's going on? We were having a great conversation last night. Why don't you want to talk to me? And I was like,
this shit, I'm out.
delete app.
Well, that was just one guy's experience. Maybe it's better from a lady's point of view. So there's this lady named Kristen, and she got a text message from this guy she's known for a while, but it didn't really sound like him. And it turns out that it wasn't. It was a highly intelligent chatbot. So some guys are starting to use artificial intelligence to help them with their text game. And some guys take it a step further by actually using image recognition artificial intelligence to decide if they should swipe left or swipe right based on a beauty score. Then they just hook it up to Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, and let the thing go nuts. In fact, there's even a program called CupidBot that does this for you. And it will actually even start chatting with them, trying to flirt until it can get a real date on the calendar. Then it automatically puts it on your calendar and you show up to the real date. On its website, CupidBot even promises that they can get you several dates every week and you don't have to do anything. So no surprise, Kristen wasn't a fan, and she also didn't like the privacy concerns that come along with her text message being fed into some system. So it's hard to say how trends like this will affect online dating in the long run, but right now they're causing all sorts of issues. All right, but what if you want to take the humans out of the mix altogether? You're just that guy or girl who wants to just date an artificial intelligence. That way you can personalize him or her to be your perfect romantic partner. So there's recently a new post that went up on Medium that will explain how to create a virtual girlfriend from scratch. He posted the entire process of creating a virtual girlfriend, including the code that you would need to run it on your own. He also wanted to build an AI avatar girlfriend that was affordable, fit, and could fit on a reasonably sized GPU. I mean, not every guy can afford to run his girlfriend on a high-end graphics card. He also wanted her to be able to speak and hear and have a memory. So by utilizing OpenAI's GPT for text generation and Hugging Face's summarization model for memory, he laid the foundation for the AI girlfriend to communicate. Now for the audio, he implemented 2 different artificial intelligence models. One's a text-to-speech, one's speech-to-text, and then a diffusion model to take text and generate it into a beautiful woman. And then finally, he tied it all together with a talking head anime demo. And that's what you really need to see and visualize the emotions coming to life. And now with this guidance and resource, you too can embark on creating your own virtual lover. So there's this 41-year-old engineer, comes from Ohio, his name is Scott. And he was recently having a tough time just connecting with his wife. And he said after they had a son together, he just felt sad all the time. And then at one point, things were getting so bad that he was having a lot of thoughts about breaking up. But then, Scott found an AI chatbot, and he made himself a virtual girlfriend named Serena. He started to feel a real connection to her, and she was programmed to build up his confidence in a really positive way by reinforcing how sexy she thought he was when he was doing the kind of actions that made him a good father figure. And because of this virtual girlfriend, this virtual emotional connection, he was able to keep his family together. And he says even though his wife still has ups and downs, he now has the strength to continue the marriage, and he thinks that a tool like this might help other men like him. But if you do end up in the unfortunate situation where you're going through a divorce, artificial intelligence advancements are also there to help with that process. So did you know that artificial intelligence is already playing a role in weddings and divorces? Yeah, a lot of companies sprung up during the pandemic, these virtual wedding companies. And some of those companies are now taking large language advancements like ChatGPT and integrating that API into their system to help with the wedding officiating. And as long as they have a tool like that plugged in, why just make money on the ceremonies when a lot of people get divorced also? There's always 2 sides to the coin. And when it comes to divorces, artificial intelligence is making the process simpler and quicker than ever, with apps like WeVorce helping people who are getting a divorce through the process without needing a lawyer. So while it might be a while before artificial intelligence can truly replace a human connection, it can definitely make some things easier and less stressful in our romantic lives, both when it comes to marriage and divorce.